Clap sync.
Yeah, clap sync. Oh, it did it.
Seb, you look quite sexy in that shot right there.
I do my best. It's the lens. Got my clock.
Yes. No. So, guys, welcome back. Well, you guys, welcome back to the Intersect podcast. We have a literal massive guest sitting right next to us, as you can see. My feet don't touch the floor, which is nice.
You get there. Oh, you got the Crocs going.
Oh, yeah, you got to be comfy.
Are they in sport mode?
No. I don't think it was getting that hectic in here.
It probably will.
Might.
It
Warning,
might.
it will get wet, even if you're listening.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Quality.
All right. So you start off, big man.
Start us off.
Yep. Start us off.
Can't ask. All right. First off, Sev.
Don't look at the camera.
Yeah, I don't know where to look. I'm just going to look
Yeah.
a bit this way, a bit that way.
Yeah, forget the cameras exist.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks. Yeah, I like that. First off, can we just get a little backstory on who you are?
Yeah, so I migrated from Russia when I was 7 and couldn't speak English. And, started to figure it out on my own in year 1. And then, yes, speed run into year 2, got to know English. So I'm like sleeper code Putin baby. And I got into like footy. I enjoyed footy. And then kind of long story short, I moved to Kalgoorlie, lived there for a bit. Mum's a teacher, so that was cool, interesting. And then moved back to Perth to do my footy because I wanted to play AFL.
Yeah, right.
Got as good as Waffle, played just shy of 50 games for a couple of the teams. Did my ACL at 25 and yeah, it was like shit, 12 months off, what can I do? Picked up a camera and posted my first photo on Instagram known as Sev's Pics literally 10 years ago this year.
Oh.
And actually today, fast forward a little bit, was my first ever post on TikTok. Literally today, 4th of April, 6 years ago.
Oh.
It's meant to be.
But how I got there was I decided to do school teaching as a career. Like I went into uni at 24. I had a personal training business at the time. So I was uni, footy, and PT, and a girlfriend. So those 4 things. At 24, 25, I was hectic. I haven't been bored since. And then fast forward to 27, graduated uni, wrapped up my PT business because I could just do my teaching now and get a salary, which I initially got rid of when I was 20 to become a PT because I hated working for someone. But I was like, hey, why not study and do it again? And then at 27, I decided to wrap it up with footy because I had another catastrophic season-ending injury. I had shattered my ankle. And then by then I had a little bit more time under my belt behind the camera.
Yep.
And then so I started to do that a little bit more, became a full-time teacher. The kids were into TikTok, so I got into TikTok because I wanted to understand what they were into so that we can build rapport. That was it. That was literally why I did it. And my first actual TikTok, this is all just comes into one big circle now, was literally one of the tours that I did in the city with all these random people on Instagram who wanted to go take photos with me. And that was my first TikTok ever.
Yeah, right.
And from there blew out me interested in portraits, then got into weddings, built that as a business. And then all of that time I was slowly building my TikTok following just for fun. I had no strategy. And then those two came together because someone said on TikTok, said, what do you do on the weekends? I do weddings. And I got 2 bookings from that video from TikTok in like 2019 and 2020. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's see what we can do with that. 6 months later, I was booked out for 2 years. Left school teaching at the end of 2020. And then 2021, I like talking about money because it's like part of the journey and there's a whole backstory to this as well. I made 6 times my teaching salary in my first year.
Yeah, that's wild, isn't it?
Yeah. And then from there, I was a headhunter to teach businesses and companies how to do it for themselves because I was the one that did it for myself really quickly before everybody else figured it out. And then all the other agencies figured it out. They still don't know what they're doing. And I became a marketer accidentally.
Perfect.
I hate it. It's fucking shit. I hate marketing. I hate ads. I hate seeing ads. It's bullshit. Like, this is new shit too. I've been pondering this. And all I want to go back to is that first time I picked up the camera to take photos of, like, literally walk down the street, take photos of birds literally the first photo I took and uploaded was white galahs hanging out in sprinklers in the summertime or whatever it was.
I could imagine you trying to do like undercover boss and like start your own business thing to go again, but the height would catch you out so quickly. They'd be like, I know that tall man.
And the moustache. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to take the moustache off.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? No.
Get a fake
Can you
one.
imagine?
Yeah.
Could never.
Nah, I couldn't. People go, oh, what would you get paid for to take your moustache off? I was like, mate, 10 grand easy. Grow it back 3 weeks later, 10 grand.
Keep going.
Do that every month.
Businessman at heart right here.
right there.
Yeah.
My God.
That's it. But entrepreneurship is fun. It's been in me since I was a kid. I remember when I was in year 10, they banned sugar in the canteen. I'm a 91 baby, for reference. And yeah, the next day I brought in a pack of 50 lollies that they used to sell in the canteen and flipped it that first recess and just did that again and again. The best thing was my mum was a teacher at the same school, so I had an office to stockpile my shit. And because we were Russian,
You're ahead.
because we were Russian, she didn't give a fuck.
She's like,
She was just like,
bring them all in, just stuck in my rear.
yeah. And then the teachers were like, oh, is he fundraising for something? She's like, yes. I'm like, for myself.
Need to afford more.
Yeah.
My God.
But yeah, the journey's been good. But now I've a lot of mistakes in the last 3-4 years because I had to literally learn how to build a company really quickly, and I never had the aspirations to build something that big. Learning about accounting in the next level of tax brackets,
Fun shit, yeah.
and all whilst navigating, pandemics and quitting careers that I studied. I studied longer in teaching than I was in teaching.
Right.
Yeah. It's like driving to your misso's house 2 hours away, there for 30 minutes and leaving again. Like, what's the point?
Just for 30 seconds of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. You may as well live down there. But nah, I can rant on, but you go.
No, there's a lot to kind of dive through into that. First off, we'll go kind of back to the beginning. AFL,
Yes.
doing waffle games and stuff. How did, doing an ACL and destroying your ankle really affect you, like trying to find somewhere else? Because you said you were getting into photography on the side. And how?
Yeah. I was always into photography since I was a kid. And I really wanted to get a proper camera.
Yeah.
I always had a little point and shoot, and one of my mates made fun of me one time because I was 19 years old, bringing a little camera with me before everyone probably had the selfies on their phones. I feel old saying that. But he goes, dude, what are you doing? Only girls do that. I was like, oh yeah, true. And
Oh, yeah, true.
Agree, move on.
But I had some sick photos when I was 18, like better ones than old mate with the actual camera. But when I was playing footy, I wanted to do I wanted to get into AFL. I don't do anything unless I want to get to the top.
Yeah.
Like being the best at something, for me, my wife would disagree. But for me personally, I wanted to be in there to get to the top.
Oh, yeah. The competition?
Yeah.
It's good, eh?
Yeah.
Fuels
like entrepreneurship and TikTok and stuff. Like literally I wanted to beat the kids, not physically, but
I would. I mean,
there was one girl in my year 8 class, she had 25,000 followers. I was like, far out, that's
Jesus.
impressive. And I was like, I chased her down. I was like, got you. She's like, oh, do you want to collab? I was like, no.
not in my league.
Yeah, get out.
Get
Go
out.
away.
But everything I did was always like to be the best that I could be.
There's no point in half-assing it.
No.
Yeah.
Whole-ass it.
Yeah, like I feel like everybody in the world has something that they're the best at.
Or
Like-
could be.
Or could be the best at
Lot
if
of
they
potential.
applied themselves. But yeah, I picked up the camera literally the day of me coming out of surgery of my ACL.
Yeah, right.
And then I was on crutches taking photos in my backyard and that. And it took a hit on me, and it was in a prelim final as well. And we ended up winning the flag that year. And the next year was complete write-off because it was at the end of the year. So I missed out on the whole other year.
Yeah.
But a lot of self-reflection, and it grew me into a better person. And when I was 26, I had another good year. I was back into it. But then you're reaching mature age and you're like,
Got to kind of make that choice.
should I do a Podsiadly here, or you guys know who Podsiadly is? How old are you guys?
I'm 30.
I'm 23.
Are you guys like follow AFL in the last 10 years? Oh, okay.
I grew up in the middle of the bush.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
Podsy Adley was a player in Geelong, and he was like a mature age player, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, I could be a Podsy Adley.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
But then I was like, ruckman, and then in that time they wanted a more mobile ruckman, and I was a tap ruckman. I can't be fucked running.
Hey, same.
Yeah.
Running, no thanks.
Yeah. And then, at 27, I retired. I was like, no more rehab, no more. I actually had the surgeon. There's a ruckman that used to play for Fremantle called Aaron Sandilands. You may have heard of him.
Yes.
His surgeon reconstructed my ankle, and I said to him, I was like, all right, dude, tell me straight. What's Aaron going to be like, probably? What's his body going to feel like in 10 years? He's like, probably cooked. And I'm like, I'm done, man.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the moment I knew I didn't want to play footy anymore. And then the local league gave me money and said, come on, play with us. I was like, money? Okay.
Yeah.
But I was throwing up before every game. I was literally like terrified. I completely fell out of the game.
Because of your.
I just didn't want to get injured anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't like, I had anxiety. I never have anxiety.
Yeah.
I had stress.
Yeah,
Not because I was performing. I got like 6 best and fairest that year, and I didn't fucking do much.
Yeah.
But I had that waffle experience, but before every game I was like, this is fucked. Didn't want to play.
Yeah.
And
Worrying about
how'd you get onto the field? Were you just like, all right, I've just got to do it? Like,
Just sucked it up.
nah,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
But it does suck.
Yeah, but that
shit.
was it. As soon as I don't think we made we didn't make the finals. And I remember I literally hung up the boots, metaphorically.
Yeah.
As a metaphor in the change rooms, and someone was like, "No, Seb, you're way too young. You're a long time retired. When you retire," I'm like, "Good."
Yeah.
And then I played indoor footy, which is such a weird concept. It's across 3 basketball courts, and think of it like netball. It's zoned. You can only score in your third, and it's like, just think netball and footy joined together. And
no
if you
running.
you can run, but as soon as you get touched, it's holding the ball. It's a turnover. And
touch footy.
Yeah, touch footy netball. It was cool, and that was fun for a season. But that was during the real big blow up on TikTok era.
Oh, yeah.
So I was getting absolutely demolished on the court. I was demolishing them with the skills because I was bigger than everyone. It was like playing with kids, but they were like giving me gas. If I went back to footy now, I'd just be like, oh, here's a TikTok guy having a shot on goal.
Yeah.
If I'd kick the goal, I'd envision myself coming back to footy. I'd be like, I'm going to put that on TikTok. I'm going to crop your face in the moment I kick the goal.
I'm going to make you the star.
Yeah.
Man, see that? I've just absolutely clipped that.
Yeah, that's clip. That's live streaming.
Seb's just running around the whole thing. He's like, someone clip that.
Just sit there. You see those 3 people? They got that on film. See your ankles? Broken. Yep.
Yeah,
You're going to see it everywhere.
My ankles too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Toasted.
But yeah, footy was a good time in my 20s, and it's past me, and I still watch it every now and then. But I don't really watch sport as much. I just don't have time. I feel like it's more an escapism sort of thing from the real picture. Like, what can you do with yourself other than watch someone else succeed and barrack for someone else? And like, leading up to the weekend, as a school teacher, it was always footy tipping. Like, oh, you're tipping and your team is shit, or your team's playing my team. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And then leading up to the weekend, and you watch it, and then you win or lose. And if you lose, it like kind of dictates your mood for the rest of the weekend. And then on Monday, it's just like, oh, I did this. It's like, is there anything else you guys want to talk about other than this shit? You know, like, can we talk about actually teaching the kids today?
Yeah.
And I was like, and like, I'm not shitting on people who enjoy the culture. Like, go for it. Like, wear someone else's name on the back of your jersey. I did it forever. But my biggest takeaway was it's just a business. And they're attracting players to get more wins, to get more bandwagoners on, to get more memberships, to make more money. And as soon as I saw it like that, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Takes the joy out of it.
Realise you're being
Sports-
conned.
Yeah, sports is like, you know, like I love high stakes games because it's like literally the players you can when you're in that environment, it's a smell. You're like, holy shit, the pressure's on, the blood's pumping. Nothing beats that as a
Adrenaline
player.
rushing.
And you get that as a person that watches it as well. But man, I get such a better like blood rush now being on a sales call with someone going, I know exactly what you need to do and I can help you. It's going to cost you this much. And my blood's like racing. And then sometimes I feel like a con man because I'm like, a lot of it is to do with you taking the action that I give to you.
Yeah.
I can give it to you now, but it's going to go over your head and you're not going to use it because it's free. But as soon as I put money behind it, it's going to have value and accountability. Otherwise, they're going to feel like they waste their money. And when they finally do it, I get the way more joy than anything else I've ever done, except for my wife. Get a lot of joy from doing her. She's pregnant.
Yes, she is.
So that's another story. Father to be soon.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
As someone that doesn't have kids, are you excited?
Oh mate, I'm so ready. I've wanted kids since before I met her, and when I met Sabine, my wife, 8 years ago this year, one of the first things on the cards was I want kids, and she said, "Oh, I don't." And I was like, "Fuck, I like you, but I don't like that." Anyway, I showed her.
Yeah. Jokes on her.
But her vibe changed about it because she said to me, and this is like one of the best things I've ever heard someone say to me. She goes, "I don't want kids, but I want your kids." And I'm just like,
that's when you know that she's the one.
She's pulling at your heartstrings.
Yeah. But that was obviously a little bit later. Like we got married in November 2020. We got lucky because we had not many lockdowns here. And shit. So we managed to snipe a time where there was no masks or anything in Perth. It was good. But I knew she was the one within 2 years. I knew she was the one literally yet less than a year of meeting her. And it was just a matter of time.
Pull that time down a bit. She might be watching.
Yeah. No.
Instantly.
No, I'll let you know the dates. First November 2017. I went to America in July the next year, and I knew then that next time I was coming here with her, I was going to propose to her. And then October 1st, 2019, I proposed to her in Central Park, New York, on the first day of our trip.
Sev is currently making every fucking bloke feel like shit.
Am I, or am I setting the bar?
He's setting the bar. Because I can't
Can
even
we
tell
just
you
bring
my
it down
kids.
a bit? I feel so underqualified right now.
Yeah.
Sitting next to two married men and children and stuff.
I'll stop. I've got a whole timeline.
That's honestly impressive. You should
That
be
is very
so impressed with
impressive.
yourself.
Oh no, the hack is first of every month, and then
He's like, shit.
first.
The kid better be born on the first.
Oh man, 1st of July. There's a chance. It's due 17th of June, but a couple of weeks is not bad.
Can make that work. There's one in there.
Yeah. But and then we got married 28th of November 2020, which was a year later, a year and a month later. October, November? Yeah. And that was awesome.
Would you consider yourself an emotional person now?
Emotional to release because you need to release.
Yep.
And now I have the right people I trust and I have time for as well because I need to reciprocate.
Yep.
But yeah, it has to go both ways. Sabine's been my rock because she's helped me not only like support me and allow me to live my best life. And I didn't need her permission, but one of the things I needed to tick the box off after my previous relationship wasn't the right relationship. My previous partner, she met someone like within a year and they married and they had kids. I was like, fuck yeah, like speed run that shit. And I was so happy to see that. And then I was a little bit behind. There was a race, but I found my person and 8 years of no arguments. Like we'd have moments, but we would literally solve it within 5 minutes. And we would talk to each other, we'd get emotional. She'd get emotional more. And I would go, okay, what's happening here? Let's fix that. But also validating that. And then I'd have times where I've had breakdowns. And those breakdowns were just lots of things happening at once. And just go, hey, this is shit right now. And then it's just talk, breathe, sleep, wake up. It's all gone.
Yeah.
It's like within a 24-hour thing, you know? So, yeah, being emotional is good. Letting it out
nice.
is good.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why I asked is because you said you're having a girl.
Yeah.
Girls bring out some emotion. And it's stuff that you wouldn't even think about. Like, I can be scrolling through TikTok and just the sound of, like, Daddy, I miss you, of like a little girl just saying that makes me want to fucking cry. Like, it's genuinely and it's nice because you can come home and you can play with your girls and you can open up to them, but then you got your wife there you can open up to as well. Yeah. Like, it's super cool, and I genuinely cannot wait for you to experience like being a dad, because it's fun. Yeah. Like, just coming home from work and they just like run up to you.
Oh,
Daddy,
man. Like my dog does that already, but he does that every day for food anyway. Yeah. But yeah, the girls. How old are your girls?
So I've got 3-year-old, 6-year-old, and almost 10.
Oh, wow.
My God, I got that spot on.
Veteran dad, girl dad.
Yeah, girl Jesus. Dad. All girls.
I'm gonna come back to you in 10 years' time, going, all right, tell me about your teenage years.
Oh, God.
As a former school teacher, I know what you're in for. Holy shit.
And with someone that currently doesn't have hair, it's I don't need to lose much, but I may lose this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose any more hair.
Do you have a first boyfriend plan set up?
Oh. I thought you were talking about him.
Yes.
I'm with him. Yeah.
I am the first boyfriend. I do, yeah. The whole bad boy style.
Yeah, together, yeah. No.
100%. It has to be. It just sets that boundary of don't fuck with me. Mm. But you have to play it off exactly the same. Kids,
yeah, that 10 when they're 10 years old, it's such a vulnerable age. You feel like you're gonna like fuck it up any moment. And that's what I see parents do all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, just let them do their thing.
Yeah.
But guide them if you feel like they're gonna colossally fuck up. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
You know, that's the parenting advice I give to others, and they're like, "Oh, you're a parent, are you?" I was like, "Well, no, I'm a teacher. I see these kids every day, and I ask them the question."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you would have been through it with hundreds.
I was a kid as well. Like we forget we used to be kids. Mm. Yeah. So, but yeah, late June, I'm gonna be off the map for a bit. I'm gonna be off the phone for a bit, and I'm gonna reset.
Oh man, don't the first part of. I miss the whole like newborn side. I mean, I love this part now, but the whole they're just so cute. They just lay there, and you just feed them.
Okay.
You just cuddle them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so fun, man. It's genuinely excited for you.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Where are you?
Yeah, I come home. We get a little. I got Fern. He lives in the podcast room. He's a little plant.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. as well.
No, just Fern.
Getting there.
We'll get there.
He's gay.
You have a boyfriend?
He's on the other side of you.
No.
Not me. Fuck off.
How did you guys meet?
We actually met at the
Glory
gym.
Hole.
At the Glory Hole. At the Eneabba Glory Hole, to be specific.
I knew it was him. The prickly beard really set it off.
Also, I think... Do you think we're from over east?
Yes.
No, we're from Geraldton.
Yeah, I'm shit. No, you did tell me that. I just have a bad memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did tell me you were from Geraldton.
We're from Old Darrow, Gero.
I'm the shittest.
That's right. I'm pretty sure that was the one where it wasn't recording. So
I remember you guys coming.
Hey,
is that Shamrock?
Yes. This one?
Is it? Where's my tattoo?
Shenron.
Nah.
Oh, sick.
If we get... This is Dragon Ball. If we get enough the other 6 people with all of them...
What number do you have?
What happens? I got 7. 7? 7 because 7.
7.
What does happen?
Yeah.
I'll
just
take
a big
2.
Bulma arrives.
Bulma arrives in real life.
Yes.
Nice.
And then...
We'll just share.
Yes.
Kane.
That's exactly what I was...
Kane.
We just run a train.
Kane.
All right. No. So...
Off topic.
Yeah. Sev, I want to dive into some of the things that you said previously, from Achilles to ankle to,
knee to ankle.
Knee to ankle. Sorry. Because you would have had a pretty big passion for AFL, which is why you would have. What was one of the lowest point? I mean, obviously, taking your ACL, like fucking cooking it.
Yep.
In recovery, how were you mentally? Like, was it fucking you up that you couldn't play, and that you had to recover, and then after cooking your knee?
Oh, I mean, I was frustrated initially. Surgery was pretty quick. It all happened really quick. And then because there was no footy immediately after, they won the flag because I had the surgery after the fact because I needed to kind of chill for a bit. And then it was just like, summer. And I was just in rehab. There was no footy. The boys went to Thailand for the footy trip. Not that I cared. I missed out. I went a year later. That was interesting.
Lady boys.
Lady boys.
Nah. I don't remember like a real low light. I think I was frustrated. Yeah, I was frustrated in 2015 when 6 months later I literally went back home to Russia, the mountains of Kyrgyzstan where I grew up, and I climbed the mountains 6 months post-op. Then I went to Dubai on the way home, and you guys know that there's like a indoor snow slope there.
Yeah.
I picked up the snowboard and had a crack, and I was terrible. I was falling over, and I was fine. And then I went and got lessons and got it straight away. And then I was snowboarding down the thing. I was like, oh, it's fine. I probably could have cooked it way worse, but it's not really that bad. And then when I got home, I just started to be more mobile, get more into it. And then I just started getting frustrated because I couldn't be back on the field because they said, 12 months, like properly heal. I remember having a conversation with my coach on the phone. I was like, surely, come on. We're going deep in the finals. Surely you need... He's like, nah, chill, wait. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then that was probably all I could remember. And I was studying at uni, and I was also... actually, 2015... I'm just trying to remember which year it was. It was the second year of uni after the first year. The second year, I did a prac, and that was fun. That was actually the lowest point in my 20s, was when I did my first prac at uni. And
what was the reason?
So I got failed 2 days before the end of the prac, and it's one of those 2-week practicals at a school where you don't fail unless you turn up drunk or you beat up a kid. I didn't do either. I don't think I did. And then 2 days before the end of it all, my mentor failed me and withdrew me from the program, which meant I got immediate expulsion from uni. So this was like it was just, that was hard because I remember floating in my car on the way home, like, what the fuck just happened? I got home and I was just like, shit. That's another setback for me. And long story short, 3 months later, I got it overturned because I was unfairly treated, and the supervisor that came in before that day passed me with flying colours. My mentor just had it out for me for some reason. Yeah, just hated you. He just had short man syndrome. I remember his name. I remember exactly what he looks like, and one day I'm going to meet him again. I'm going to bump into him. I'm going to go, hey, man. I shake his hand. I'm going to go, hey, thank you for showing me what not to do as a teacher. Because that day, when he sat me down, he goes, you are a danger to kids. You should reconsider your career choice. You should not be a teacher.
What the fuck? Why? I'm going to be a danger to you in a minute, motherfucker.
What was the reason? I mean...
So the reason from his point of view... I cooked it from the start. One of the lessons I observed from him, he asked me, what did you reckon of that lesson? I was like, oh, that was a bit interesting. But he thought I came across condescending and just never recovered. He's a soccer coach. That's his thing. And I was just like, well, fucking no shit. That explains it. And fast forward almost 2 weeks, and I remember there was a lesson I had to teach. And it was a senior first aid one with mannequins. That's hard.
Yeah.
And I got the wrong classroom. I set up everything like an hour before, and I had to sprint across the oval with all the mannequins.
Oh my God.
Got there 45 minutes or 15 minutes into the lesson, and then nailed the lesson. And then, he still wanted to fail me and have it out for me. And he wasn't mentoring me for half the time because my minor subject was science. He was sport. I was with her the whole time, and she loved me. We had a great time. And then the 2-3 days with him that he was like, no, fail. And then the lady that I was with, she had a great time. And then all of a sudden, the day after it all happened, I tried to call her, text her, and she just ghosted me. And I was just like abandonment, like total abandonment. It was weird. But I don't know. It was a real weird time. I didn't break down. I was just lucky I had a partner at the time that she knew what she was doing to help me through it.
Yeah.
So she was good with that. But yeah, I got over it, got it overturned. And the people involved in all of that drama that were on the university side no longer have jobs. So, conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the head of education at the time at the uni I was at, he called up my mentor and I wasn't even there. I wasn't there to like have any correspondence or and that was the crack as well. So that because I didn't have representation, it was an unfair trial.
Right.
And then I went through this whole process. And then, years later, I learned that guy got sacked because he's just a piece of shit as well.
Yeah.
So I had piece of shit aligned to cut me out, and I still survived. But since then, talking about trauma, like, because I wasn't given a prior warning of catastrophic failure and expulsion, he just called me condescending. Like, oh, well, fucking can't all be winners.
Yeah, cool, bro.
Yeah. And ever since then, like, I've managed it now, but it's just been walking on eggshells. Like, imagine working for anyone else after that and then expecting them to go, no, you're fired, out of nowhere, see you later. So that's what I battled with for a while.
Yeah.
Which helped me because I was more attentive. I felt more of a perfectionist. I wanted to get everything right. I wasn't complacent. Yeah, it made me better.
Yeah.
It made me better. But also my feedback to the kids was I was always checking in on them. I was always going, hey, how do you feel about how you went here? Do you feel like this could have gone better, or are you actually interested in this or whatever? So that made me reflect as a better teacher, and that helped me become a better teacher.
As shit as it was meant to happen.
Yeah. No,
do you think if you didn't go through that, you still would have been the same teacher?
The universe is interesting, right?
Yeah.
Ooh,
So-
you believe in fate?
Oh, it's a bit woo-woo.
It's
but,
bullshit.
But the drive there, I remember the drive to school that day very specifically because I was trying to get there really early in the morning, and I didn't want to be late to be there early, even though no one gave a shit. I was going through a yellow light. I was clean yellow. It was definitely not a red. But the guy coming in thought I was going to stop because he was seeing yellow and he's like, oh, it's time to go. This guy's going to stop. But I'm in my Holden VESS Commodore V8.
Oh my God.
6-speed. That was me in my 20s. And he literally stopped right in front of me in the middle of the intersection. And thankfully no one was like left of me or anything. And thankfully I played a lot of GTA when I was younger.
Nice.
I literally was going 60 kilometers an hour because, a little bit faster through the yellow. And I went fully swerved him. So I don't know, like universe that day was like kind of warning me.
Yeah.
But that, like looking back in hindsight, sliding doors moment, I crashed a car that day. Obviously, I reckon it would have been fine. That would have kind of ridden off that whole day.
Yeah.
And that would have been my excuse for, you didn't rock up because you're in a car crash.
Yeah.
And it would have just, who knows? So, but
It's really cool to think about.
Yeah,
But
it's wild.
yeah, obviously you went through that shit stage of getting all that shit happen,
Yeah.
and then now back then you became the teacher where you checked in on people, making sure they're doing all right, making sure that they can like communicate with stuff.
I could definitely do better at it all the time. Like I feel like
You can always improve.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so busy with my shit that, like, my friends growing up, I don't talk to as many of them as much as I do, but I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm doing my thing.
Literally.
And I see some of them like my stuff or comment every now and then. I had a guy that I was like good mates with through my footy years. I hadn't spoke to in like 4 years, and he reached out to me saying, "Hey, Sev, I hate my job. Can you help me?" I was like, "Of course I can."
That's sick.
Didn't come to my wedding, but I still help you.
Yeah.
You calling him out right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking.
You know who you are. You know exactly who you
I don't even
are.
know which one.
But I still help him. And
Yeah.
he's already getting results from his help.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you move on. We're all going to die one day. Death is the leading cause of death. So fucking may as well keep going.
That brings me into a question.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Who said I'm gay?
Every podcast we're going to do that now.
So,
Yeah, montage of it.
Oh my god.
how can people change and do the things that they want to do without the fear of being judged or?
I change my answer all the time with this because it like evolves or whatever. All the cliche stuff, we'll get through it, right? You live once. The best person to take care of is yourself. Otherwise, you're no good to anyone else if you're shit. So if you are, it's not passion either. It's if you have an interest, if you have a distraction, if you have an obsession, if you nurture that, you're going to be happier. That is just, that's it. Apart from drug addiction, you know, that's
Well,
a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
But if you have a job or a career or a business you want to start up or an idea you want to, you know, explore it further, do your research, do your thing. Like, if you're afraid to give it a go, like I talked to a psychologist last week on my podcast about this, and having regret, she said she reckons having regret's not a thing. And I'm just like, what? Give me more. And she goes, well, at
Tell me more.
At 80 years old, and I'm just paraphrasing what she said. I don't know if I agree with her though, but like at 80 years old, you've lived a life, and the alternative life, you'd never know if it was going to be like the worst part. Like you got where you got to.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that.
But
Yeah.
no, she's been a clinical psych for 33 years, and she's seen some shit, she's heard some shit, she's listened to some shit. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that on board, but it doesn't mean I have to take it fully.
Exactly.
So, and that's my message to everybody is if you want to live your best life, you have to nurture what makes you feel alive. You know, go do all the crazy shit like base jumping or fucking skydiving and all that stuff. But entrepreneurship, it is possible for everyone. And the thing about entrepreneurship is if you want to go the distance, you have to define what the distance is. For me, the distance is buying my time back.
Yes.
You know, being somewhere where I don't need to be anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to be here.
We spoke about essentially the same thing in the car, where I said, because when we were driving down last time, it was like I don't care about the followers and all this type of shit. It's like I want to be able to like make an income to just do what I want to do, and just live the life that I like. I don't want to be waking up at 9, 8, fucking 7, 6 in the morning to go to a 9 to 5. I want to do the shit that I want to do. I want to spend the time with my kids.
Yeah.
That I like, because you said we only have one life.
That's it. So through my 20s, I was able to achieve that over and over again. I hated being a labourer, making glass window frames in a factory. So I learnt how to do personal training, built my own business, did it out of my bloody lounge room at home. You know, making 50 grand a year as a full-time uni student and playing in the waffle. But I finished doing my teaching and I was like, cool, I'm going to do that. I love that. I get to go to school every day, help the kids and get paid a fortnightly salary from a government paying job, which was recession proof and pandemic proof. But I still quit that because I wanted to work as little as possible, but make as much money as possible.
Yes.
And what I was doing was wedding photography. So 20 days a year, plus maybe 20 days of editing, give or take, 40 days to make double my school salary and then tripling that. I was like, wow, that is possible. But it's because Sev's Picks, since 2015, 10-year anniversary this year, I kept practicing, kept going out, kept exploring, leveraging what was out there. I didn't have a business plan. I didn't have a strategy. But I paid attention to myself, self-awareness, and gave things a go. But the hardest part about being a creative and making money is you have to learn the business.
Yeah.
So if there's anyone out there that wants to pivot to something more creative, everyone is creative, whether it's musical, artistic, like literally drawing stuff, building things is creativity. Everyone has that in them.
I think, Steph, you're artistic, aren't you?
What are you autistic for? Oh, you're autistic. Okay, I get the joke. But yeah, anyone listening, like this is the thing I tell people. I'm like, you have an artistic thing inside you can monetize. And yes, AI's coming out and shitting on everyone and that, but humans want to buy from humans, and like it could potentially be a better market for creators really soon than ever before, because people want to go, I want organic.
Yeah.
I want something human intelligence.
Yeah.
I want someone to have bled to make this for me, not just a fucking prompt on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Big advocate for AI, by the way, but like,
so am I.
Like, if you're a FIFO worker and you hate that 2-in-1 swing or 1-in-1 swing because you're away from your family the whole time, what interests you as you're doing that? Like, literally helping a guy right now, one of my clients, Ricky, he wants to help people find why they're feeling pain in a specific area and doing some like massage stuff to like get it out. And he talks about it with such passion, and I'm just like, dude, you can make money from this. But as soon as you make money from this, and this is my big key thing I've learned recently, when you love something and you want to make money from it as a business, the actual passion or the interest or it actually starts slowly dying as well, because then you start to feel like you're back into the 9 to 5. I'm there right now. Like, I love the clients coming in and doing the podcast and stuff, but don't get me wrong when I say it like this. Don't feel like I'm shitting on you right now. I don't give a fuck about my clients, as much as they care about themselves.
Yeah.
I care more about me. It's back to that.
Yeah.
Look after yourself first.
Yeah.
I'm not looking after myself as much as I'm looking after my clients right now, which is pretty much me. May as well fucking work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So even entrepreneurship is like the 9 to 5, and it's actually worse. But if you can get through it on the other side and have an exit strategy, which means you sell your business for lots of money and then you have that buy your time back through whatever passive income stream you want, then you can play.
Yeah.
Right? But I get to play now because I'm doing all this shit. Like, this is mine.
Yeah, this is the stuff that you love too.
Sick. Like, this backdrop here, I got my wife to design this. This
Yeah.
is sick. And then people started going, Sav, can we hire it out? I'm like, fuck. Of course you can, because that means I get money from just having it exist.
Yeah.
But also, it means I have to be here to record them.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like, I love it. Like, it's fine most of the time. But there's times where I'm just like, I don't want to get up today.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Which just goes back to that feeling of that 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to get up. You don't want to do the shit.
Yeah. And it's a forever pursuit of happiness, because historically, every 3 to 5 years, I've changed what I wanted to do. I did not want to do this anymore, pivoted to this. And it goes back to like my personal brand. My core 3 pillars are self-awareness, financial fitness, and pivoting. If you get self-awareness right, because you evolve it and you keep paying attention to yourself, but also financial fitness as in you don't buy dumb shit, you put the profits back into your self-development, but also your nest egg, building a portfolio of, I don't know, houses or shares. Or if you're a crypto bro, fucking go for it. If you do those 2 well and you stick to them, when it gets to the point where you need to change again, your financial fitness comes in clutch and you can pivot to do whatever you want. Yeah. And that's the ultimate gift for yourself, because then it doesn't matter. Like, I see dudes who have made hundreds of millions of dollars that I talk to them and they've made it, but no one gives a fuck because they don't have a personal brand. But now they're all racing to be a Alex Hormozi personal brand. And they're asking me, Sev, how do I do it? No, I made lots of money, but no one gives a shit. I was like, well, what's your purpose? What's your mission? What's your impact to the world? Cool story, bro. You made an app that, gets people addicted to gambling. and you made lots of money about it. Fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's a shit story.
Yeah.
No one knows. No one cares. Oh, but you're all about family. Are you? You probably ruined a lot of families in the meantime to get to where you are.
Is this a touchy subject?
No,
we're
it's
we're getting heated.
He's like, shit.
it's just an example.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oddly
the,
Sorry.
Someone will know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to go further.
the thing that always gets me with fucking gambling too is like they will put so much money into an ad, and
Yeah.
then right at the end, a 2-second clip of like, oh, you know what, you can spend your money on other things.
But it's escapism as well. Like, footy is tied to gambling.
Yes.
Because people go, how can I make this more entertaining? How can I make any game entertaining? If there's risk or if there's potential reward.
Yeah.
Shit rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah.
You know, haven't put a punt on since like
3 minutes.
2019, 2018. 3 months. Yeah, gambling. Like I play poker with my mates, but I demolish all of them. So I'm stealing their money.
So
I'm not gambling. I'm
You're not
stealing.
gambling.
Yeah.
It's not gambling when you know you're going to win, isn't it?
Nah, poker for me is like as a maths teacher as well. It's like,
Bro's counting cards over here.
yeah, I can ramble on about like escapism again, pivoting and financial fitness. But the bottom line is when someone asked me, said, why did you leave teaching? I said, one, I don't want to work to become a principal who may or may not get 160 grand a year. 160 grand is not enough to buy my time back sooner than later. Two, I don't want to be in the same classroom with an outdated education system. And I made more impact on TikTok than I have anywhere else. I had, in lockdown, I had 20,000 kids streamed live into my TikTok teaching maths.
That's sick.
Yeah,
That's fucking
name
weird.
Name any other teacher that's done that.
Yeah.
There's like that Woo guy on WooTube. He's cool. He does some YouTube math stuff. But I did that shit. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I remember one teacher. I had this idea where I was like, you know what? I'm going to dress up as a Bunnings snag, like a full-on hot dog costume, and go to Bunnings and review hot dogs. It's like hot dog cannibalism sort of vibe. Thought it was funny. And one of the teachers in the car park, she looked at me. It was just 6 months after I left teaching. She's like, oh, is this what you do now? She looked at my face like,
So she's
The
you're
judgment.
a failure. You're a failure. She's still at that job. And
Yeah.
I'm like, living my best life. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, you judge me all you want, but I'm living my best life.
I'm a hot dog eating hot dogs.
Yeah. Are you guys living your best life?
No,
Why not?
because I have to fucking work.
What are you
Though
doing about it?
I do this.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be one day something.
Yeah.
100%.
What's the next thing you need to do to guarantee that will happen? What's something new you haven't done yet that you can guarantee? That can add to the guarantee.
Yeah.
Put
You
him on the
said
spot right now.
will. You said will. You didn't say if. If this blows up. You said it will blow up. What's the next action you need to take to compound that?
I have no idea. I don't have a game plan.
That's your first action. Create a game plan.
Yeah.
God damn.
You're welcome. I'll invoice you in there. Next.
I work and I love working. I love my
What do you
job.
do?
I'm a heavy diesel mechanic.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so
What's your favourite part about it?
my favourite part,
Yeah.
oddly specific, all of it.
All
I
of
like just doing it to be better than everyone.
Nice.
The competitiveness
So you
gets
love
me.
pulling apart an engine and just fucking putting it back together.
Yeah, but better than that other guy that did it.
He literally does
nice.
it in his spare time
Yeah,
and does it for work.
That's sick. And you're 24?
23.
23. Fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, and
I'm stoked.
I'm going to be doing a bit of job change to a bit more FIFO
Yeah.
because that way I get a bit more time off so I can go work more.
Dude, did you know at 23 years old, do you still live at home?
No, I moved out when I was like
Do you own a
17.
home?
Do I own one? No.
No.
I might buy one, but not yet.
If you can put away $1,000 every month, this isn't financial advice, this is common sense. If you invest $1,000 into index funds every month for 13 years,
Jesus.
you will be 36 years old and fucking financially free. You'll be 2 years away from how old I am now and financially free. Most 36-year-old diesel mechanics want to fucking do something else.
Yeah.
there is a chance.
Yeah, there's always a chance that you won't enjoy it anymore.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
So that's the big lesson that I got taught 5 years ago by my mentor. He goes, so if you build all these businesses, what do you have to show for it? I was like, experience? It's like, yeah, but what if you don't want to do wedding photography 10 years from now? What's your game plan there? You're going to have to start again. You're going to have to figure it all out again. It'll get exhausting. You're going to get older. You're going to have kids. You're going to have this. I'm like, fuck, you're right. And it was just like that perfect window of opportunity that I got learnt that. And I'm like, I need to do something about this. And the year later, bank. But investing it is the thing. And like passion doesn't exist. It's an obsession, an interest, and a compound of skills that you realize, fuck, I can do something with this.
yeah.
Your passion changes all the time.
Yeah.
So you need to strategize for if that happens sooner than you'd like.
Yeah.
For me, it's 3 to 5 years.
Got to have that exit plan.
Yeah.
That
So-
financial, or what is it? Fitness.
Financial fitness.
That's
You need to be financially fit, and then you can be financially free.
Yeah.
You can't be financially free unless you want to fucking try and win the lotto. But most people go broke after 5 years. Yeah.
Damn. So you said you'd been doing this for how long now?
10 years. Yeah.
10 years.
My first business was at 20 years old. I knew nothing about business. I knew nothing about spending money the right way and reinvesting it. If I went back there now as a 20-year-old PT, I was living in my parents' investment house and I was making money from renting out rooms. But I also had a fucking Holden Commodore that I was paying $918 a month for 8 years.
Jesus.
So that kind of nullified it. That my parents' investment house was a gift, so I didn't have to pay for the car that I made a dumb mistake for at 19.
Yeah.
So that was a gift from fucking, hindsight, right? But had I not done that, and I know what I know now, I'd be financially free right now.
Yeah, right.
So that's what I'm telling people.
And where would you be though if you were?
I would probably.
I'm interested.
Okay, let's hypothetically say that I have all this still right
Yep.
now. I would just be doing podcasts. I would have invested a little bit more to train more people to do all the other shit for me, which I'm currently doing now slowly because I don't have extra capital. And I would have a personal EA, executive assistant, who's also savvy with their social media so they can manage it for me. And then I'll have like a full-time videographer just follow me around. He'd be sitting there fucking filming me and fucking here. And then I go to sleep. The next morning, he's got like 10 clips ready to go. And then my EA's posting it. Gary V'ing that shit. Straight up. It'll happen. But just a little bit later.
Yeah, no, it's interesting.
I'll give you one more stat. 96.3% of people in Australia, when they retire, 4 years after they retire, they have to downgrade their lifestyle.
Yeah.
They cannot afford the life they live.
Fuck that.
When do you presume to retire?
As early as possible.
That's
Now, it's not retire, it's next endeavor.
Yeah.
So you know that FIRE analogy acronym? Financially independent, retire early. FIRE. It's fine is better. Financial independence, next endeavor. So what is my next endeavor? I don't know.
when you find out when you get there.
Yeah, it's a chapter I want to close. I'm keen on closing. Escaping the rat race. It just means you can actually just play. I'm playing now, but I still have to make the payroll. I still have to pay my own salary, and I still have to, get up in the morning. But the actual freedom to not have to do that and be with your kids as much as possible. I mean, obviously, one day you'll be like, "Fuck, I'm actually going to go and do something else for today, kids."
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Here's some money.
Yeah.
But it's not about being rich, it's about being wealthy.
Yeah.
And the difference is knowing how to make money and investing it so that it makes more money on its own. And I'm not going into that Nagasaki guy, whatever his name is, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Cooked his name completely. I'm talking about like investing in yourself to be a better person so that you go, delegate everything. Like all my mentors say to me, delegate everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, who to? That's not a spud.
That's the thing, and that's the hardest thing that I find is that, especially when you don't, like in your case, you can pay people to do it, right? With me, like I was saying before, like I want people to have the passion, which is it's shit, but I want people to have the passion to do this with me
Yeah.
and not expect to get paid,
That's
which is never going to happen, right?
super hard.
Yeah. And like JP.
So business partners, joint venture people like you guys, it's like funny how you joke around being boyfriends. It literally has to.
No.
It literally almost has to be that without docking. And
Get over here.
Yeah, it's the same as a proper relationship, like an intimate relationship.
It is,
You
yeah.
find
Very
the right
intimate.
woman to raise your kids or to be the mother of your children, to make your house a home, to be there, to emotionally support you, to do all the feminine stuff that you need help with, so then you can do your masculine stuff because you're a man. You're gonna do something. You want to do something. You say you're gonna do it. You're gonna fucking do it. That's my definition of a man, a masculine man. Like, and it's the same with business partners. Right. What's your role? Are you gonna do it? How and when will you do it? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it by this. Yes, agreed, and then do it and keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
If you don't have that set up, you'll fail eventually. Because then you're going to go, I thought you were going to do this. Map it all out, game plan,
Motherfucker.
literally. But also make sure you're not doing the same shit. Like whatever your strengths are.
He doesn't have strengths.
I'm just.
The only thing that you can do is lift heavy circles.
You can't do that.
That's right. That's right.
But hey, if you break down on the way down the road in a diesel truck, whatever you drove, he's fucking fixing it straight away.
Not with any tools.
I've learned delegate. Someone else.
Yeah, but like the podcast stuff is cool. Like my friend Branchy, I've been on this journey with him for a bit. He's got the Hard Yarns podcast. Have you heard of that? They're like number 5 or 4 in Australia or some shit. Shout outs. And yeah, he's been.
That's getting
cooking
bleeped. Unless you pay me.
it. Yeah, and then my other mate, another podcast plug. He just started one. It's a fishing podcast from my childhood friend who actually got me into photography. His name's Jake Rotham. His brother Josh Rotham plays for the Eagles, and I remember kicking footy with him as I was 5, and he's fucking playing for the Eagles. It's sick. But Jake, yeah, he's hitting me up. He's working FIFO and stuff, but he just wants to do this podcast. He wants to have the best fishing podcast in WA or Australia. And he's already killing it. He's already had like 2,200 downloads in like 2 episodes.
Shit.
But he's like,
Yeah.
obsessed.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's what you got to do. So, yeah, I'll invoice you for that one too.
Thanks.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, man. That's coming out of your wages.
Wages.
Yeah.
Can I get paid first?
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
Yeah, the podcast stuff is fun. But you got to have some purpose. You got to have some value, and then get a sponsor, and then
Sponsor. We need a new wall.
a new wall.
Fell
Yeah.
down. Broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast stuff is fun. It's fucking hard though. It's hard, especially because I do everything. I've been doing everything since I started it, and if I believe in passion, like the passion. If I didn't have the passion that I have now for mental health, I wouldn't be doing this. Like, why the fuck would I be putting myself through mental struggle, staying up till fucking 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to do edits and, for nothing that I'm not getting paid for or
Dude,
whatever.
that's awesome.
But if anyone wants to get into podcasts, like it's fun. It's fun.
It is.
If you
It's
can
fun.
delegate shit to other people.
I mean, the list is endless of how much stuff people don't know about it. Like 2 cameras, 3 cameras, 1 camera, audio. You forgot to press record.
Oh, don't start. Don't.
the amount of mistakes that we've made.
We've never made a perfect episode.
We haven't. No.
Well, let's make this one the one.
Yeah.
Well, I've got redundancies, right? So both those cameras are recording. They're plugged into the screen, which is also recording. It's not as high quality, but if those cameras shit themselves or the cameras fuck themselves up, there's a backup already recording directly to the silly little recording thing.
Yeah.
tells you we've been going for an hour and 8 minutes. That's already on a drive, ready to put out. And then the audio is getting into the roadcaster, and the roadcaster is getting fed through to the computer. So if the roadcaster one gets shits itself, the computer's recording it on the computer. So 2 redundancies.
Yeah, there is a lot that I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want, and then from there, I mean, people go, "Seb, I want to start a podcast." I was like, "Great, how much money do you have?" "Oh, $1,000 bucks." "All right, cool. Get an Insta360 and a $45 tripod. Put it between you two and record. Then when you put it into your 360 app, record. Move the camera because you can record both sides. 1, 2, put it into CapCut as a timeline, sync audio, and then cut. Done. There's your fucking easy setup podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn.
It doesn't have to be hard.
No, it's not.
And it's really actually easier because it's like literally one thing between you two, and then you just get one person to make sure it's still recording. The more responsible one.
We don't have one of those.
It's not fucking.
It's just 2 muppets.
Yeah, it's 2 dickheads.
How long have you been actually doing this for?
Oh, 5 months.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
5-6 months, I think.
Yeah, 5 months.
Yeah. But
Keep pushing.
Seb, we got some questions for you, mate.
Oh, hey, okay.
Can you share a moment when pole dancing felt like a form of an emotional release and self-discovery for you?
Yes. So I was at a nightclub called Mint in Northbridge, and they had a pole there. And it was one of those ones where it like just rotated around so you didn't have to oil up. And yeah, people having a crack at it, and you know the girls getting amongst it, and I had a bit of athleticism, so I got into it, got on it, and I was the only guy that did it. And just imagine this big fucking 6'10" dude just around in a room. That was me.
Imagine it was like a big fan, Jesus.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. Yeah, that was that time. I've been to strip clubs and watched girls pole dance. Doesn't do anything for me.
I haven't been to a strip club, but yeah, I can imagine.
No.
I've been to a pole dancing class, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I've got friends that pole dance and they're fucking fit. Like the way they hold themselves up in the air, like with like just like by squeezing it with their
that
thigh.
shit hurts.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We did a whole thing because our whole thing is that you can like pivot and change direction.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, get out of your comfort zone and
Yeah.
shit. And we're very big into fitness. So we reached out to this pole dancing company and we're like, hey, like, do you want to, like, we can do an episode and we can come do a thing like with you guys. And we thought it was just going to be one person. It turns out it's a whole fucking class of all of their teachers. Just like, yeah, cool. All right. Here's some pants for you.
Here's some booty shorts.
So we,
Nice.
I don't know, like an hour or 2 hours worth of like a whole like pole dancing
Were you
class.
cooked straight after? How are your abs feeling after that one?
Abs were fine.
I'm just tank already,
It's your
so.
inner thigh because they use the inner
grip.
thigh of your skin to grip onto the pole. That's how
Oh,
they
it's
hold.
horrendous.
Did you ever feel like you were going to pinch the nut?
Yes.
Yeah, it's horrible because
There was a few times where I was doing like something and I could feel my nuts go around the pole and I'm like, I don't like that at all.
Not for me.
No, it was fun.
Not for
But
me.
it was.
I will be a pole.
I've been a pole a
No.
few times.
Yeah, no.
Definitely been a few.
Interesting question.
Yeah.
I have asked this question to every guest we have. 5 things to improve your mood. Could be anything. What are they? I feel like it'd be interesting.
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Snickers.
Eat something. You're not yourself if you aren't mobile. Go to the gym. Then when you become mobile, lose your weight. If you're fat, you're fat. Lose your weight. There's not fucking safe space here. If you're fat, sort your shit out.
Fat. Sorry.
That's 2.
That's
3 is being a morning person is the best thing ever. Go to sleep early. Go to bed early. Do some Sudoku or some shit. I do Sudoku every night.
Sudoku fire.
Sudoku's great. Good problem solving. And you fall asleep really nicely, really gently. Red light on, you'll be right. Morning person because when you wake up and you get to the gym before everybody else and no one's bothering you or messaging you or you have a chance to get on the phone and fuck around. And then by the time you're finished, you still have the whole morning still to yourself before you get to work or whatever. And then if you're working for yourself, you have from like 6 a.m. till 12 p.m. to have maximum like thoughts before you have lunch and you carb crash into the fucking afternoon. So rest well, become a morning person, right? It's possible. Wake up with the sun or see the sun rise. Is that 4?
Mm-hmm.
What was the first one? Fuck. Oh, I was going good. I normally do this really well. Okay, we did sleep, we did gym, we did eat well.
Yeah, that was number 1. You're hungry.
Eat well.
Stinkers.
Make sure your partner supports you and understands you, but you do that through communication. Communicate all the time.
Communication is key.
No assumptions. Assumptions are the devil.
Yes.
And number 5, go see your mum as often as you can.
Unless she's like my mum.
Unless she's dead.
Or a drug addict.
Or both.
Or both.
One can result in the other.
That's right.
Right.
Yep.
Beautiful.
That's it, Sev, I think.
I like that, yeah.
Cool.
This is such a...
Is this what it is like to be you? To do fuck all? Because this was nice.
It is nice.
This was genuinely super nice.
There is no better feeling than like third person a conversation and just learn.
Nice. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed the rants and the non-stop talking, because I'm trying to not talk as much on my podcast because I can just interview the person.
Yeah.
It was nice to
Be
hear the sound of my own voice.
Be on the
Yeah.
other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was good. I think that's it, eh? I don't think we have anything else.
Do you guys
So-
have a sign out or something?
We do.
Oh,
Go on.
wait, are we?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
all right, we do this thing.
I've got a question straight on the
Okay,
bat.
sorry. Welcome to Extra Credits.
We've got extra credits, Big Sev.
Keen.
All right, now this is just horrendous stuff, so... Steph?
Patreon only.
Yes. Being the size of you,
Here we go.
does it match?
I've got some stories. So
Do you got to tape it?
The girls would say, the girls, like, years later, the girls would ask, like, I always thought, I'm like, mate, if I was proportionate, I'd be 8'2".
Wait for Steph to get that. He's slow.
Or I'd be like, because when I was fucking early 20s, the girls would come up to the club, you're so tall. And I'd just be like, oh, I know. Missed opportunities, so many missed opportunities. It's like ice breaking, but to me. But then I got caught wind, and I would say, would I be your personal best?
Would that be a PB?
And they'd be like, what do you mean? Like, would I be the tallest person you'd hook up with if we hooked up right now? She'd be like, yes. Let's set a record. I would have different reiterations of that.
Yeah.
And that version
Entrepreneur
is fun.
mindset right there.
Yeah.
How can I make this as successful as possible?
Yeah. And circumcision, girls like circumcised dicks better.
100%.
100,000%. I have
You
done
have a beanie,
studies.
hey?
Beanie, sleeping bag, man.
Yeah.
That's all right. There's still time.
No. Oh, but
Well,
that's
he can
fine.
dock. He can dock.
Hey.
He
That's
can
what-
dock. You need a beanie to dock.
That is true. I
After pod credits, gay.
I really wore the
Why
wrong
are you
shirt
gay?
today. I have a shirt and I normally wear that just says, sounds gay, I'm in.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I've got the actual, like, the
Why
guy.
are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Can you do the suit, get that fancy tie he had and just really
recreate it.
why are you gay?
I'll
Let
have
me
to
see
have
it.
the actual words, like, in the background,
Oh
because
my
I'll
God.
forget. I'll have to reenact it. Absolutely. There's another dick story I had.
Nice.
I forgot it.
No, that's it, mate. I think, I think that wraps up the episode. You were absolutely amazing. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
the
allowing us to do this.
I'm going to do a 0.5.
Oh, you got to do it, mate.
That's what the kids do.
Don't get awkward.
On the pod with the boys. Yeah. 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 All the way from Geraldton. They drove down
Oh
to
my God.
Fucking
hang out with
Derek.
Gerald.
Deros.
in my setup. Deros. From Gerald.
Deros.
Right.
Amazing.
All right.
Love it.
That
And
was
cut.
awesome, mate. Yes.
Hey, all right, ready? Sync cut.